What a game at Ewood Park. 2-2 in the end. Could have went either way. Very much a tricky match for Boxing Day for both sets of fans, whether it is the Blackburn Rovers fans or Sunderland fans. This was definitely one of the highlights on this Boxing Day calendar. Of course, you looked at Sheffield United Burnley. That was one-way traffic. This one was a chess match, which Rovers looked in the ascendancy for the first 30 minutes of the game, and even taking the lead. That's right, with Yuki Ohashi back to scoring ways. Wasn't the most prettiest goals he'll ever score, but they all count in the end. So 1-0 Rovers in charge, 1-0 Rovers in front at the break. And at that point, I started looking at the table. I thought I got myself a little bit excited. I thought, you know what, this is one of them. This will be one of those sort of victories that we look back on in this season, like the Leeds, like the Middlesbrough. But guess what? That's the bad way to do things, guys. The bad way to do things, because Sunderland have been known to come back into games, and boy, did they ever come back into this game with an equalizer. Of course, great goal in the Ohashi. It was a bit of a shitty goal, to be fair, the equalizer, but the goal to take them in front 2-1, great goal. Roberts on the right hand side was a problem all game long. He actually had both assists for this game, but the layup for the second goal was great. Good cross in, and Isidore with a little back flick into the back of the net. 2-1. Sunderland took the lead and looked good for it. Honestly, in fairness, Rovers didn't really show up in the second half until maybe the last 7 or 8 minutes. And kudos to bloody John Eustace. This is, I don't know, it just feels different. It feels different under him right now. He's making some bold moves. I guess it's probably down to the quality we have on the bench, because we made a whole host of changes in the second half to try and get ourselves back into it. But some bold, brave moves by Eustace, including taking off Tronstad, the captain for the day, and replacing him with Harry Leonard. Harry Leonard coming on for the last 5 minutes. Leaving us without any real defensive midfielder in there, because Travis is out injured. Baker started along on Tronstad, and Baker was pulled for Buckley. So in the end, it was Buckley just pulling the strings in midfield solo, and with a lot more of attacking influence on the pitch. And it did result with a goal, a lastminute.com equalizer, which just gives us, of course, it feels like a win. It does feel like a win, because this is a monumental game for the season. Sunderland are in around us. They are above us in 4th place right now. I think we are 5th as of right now. But the points difference between us stays the same. They could have kicked on themselves further, but now it remains 6 points. We do have a game in hand on Sunderland to close that to maybe even 3 if, again, we're going to win those games whenever they come around. But still, monster goal, important goal for the grand scheme of things. That goal does give us a little bit of fingernails clinging on into the playoff spots with the likes of West Brom, who could also close in on us as well today with their match this afternoon. And of course, they got their own problems to deal with. No Carlos Corbejan no more. It's gone over to Valencia. But regardless, massive point, massive goal for Harry Leonard. And it just gives more food for thought. I thought Leonard, of course, will now say, you know what? Hey, you put Mac Tegay on there, didn't really deliver. And honestly, he's starting to frustrate the shit out of me as Mac Tegay, because he just made some very amateur mistakes. Of course, he's a presence. He's a gangly fellow, and when the ball does bounce right, yeah, he can score. He can score any old goals. But Leonard, I think he bleeds blue and white more. Of course, I think he relished this opportunity to come on the bench, and now he'll relish scoring that goal. And he'll be knocking on the door to Eustace and say, hey, surely I should be in the consideration to start this game, or at least be one of the first names off the bench. Same could be said for Buckley. I thought he might play much better in his 10-15 minutes than Lewis Baker did for the best part of the game. And I'm a big fan of Lewis Baker, but he just wasn't at it today. I felt Buckley and Tronstad should be the go-to right now. In of course the absence of Lewis Travis. But hey, I would have taken a point at the start of kickoff. I definitely would. If you would have seen my preview, seen my predictions, I predicted a 1-1 draw. A 2-2 draws. It's actually even sweeter than a 1-1 draw, because we took the lead in this game, and then we were trailing 2-1, and it looked like it was going, all 3 points were going back to Sunderland. But hey, massive point in the end. Of course, it's not great, an opportunity maybe missed perhaps. But this was going to be a coin flip of a game. Realistically, it was going to be a coin flip. And to get something out of it on Boxing Day makes it feel a little bit more special. Anyway, we'll be back 29th, of course, Hull City. Looking forward to that one. Hopefully we can show a bit more quality and maybe get back to winning ways, because this makes it back-to-back games now without a win. We'll do it all again. Until then, subscribe. Happy Christmas, happy Boxing Day, all that madness. Until then, we're done.